Hi folks, it's Thursday afternoon. To keep myself occupied, keep the brain going, I thought I'd do a bit of a bread demonstration. I used to make a fair bit of bread, but I've not done it for a couple of years, so it's going to be a bit rusty, but we'll get on with it. A lot of people think making Hi Len. A lot of people think making bread is scary. It's not. It's quite simple. There's one sort of two golden rules. I think is use warm water. Do not use hot water. If you use hot water and you're using yeast, it will kill the yeast instantly. I use a 50-50 mix between boiling water and cold water. And the other thing is to make sure when you put the yeast and your salt into be mixed, do not let the two touch initially, because again the salt will help kill the yeast. So that's my sort of two golden rules, and allow time. In the summer, bread doesn't take long. You've got to leave it to rise. I will probably, in the end, take this up to the airing cupboard, leave it in there for a couple of hours to rise, and then put it in. Oh, right, you're making you hungry already, Lynn. Oh, well, I'm doing another live later, as you might have seen, when I'm cooking our dinner live tonight. Right, where were we? Right, so first of all, I've got myself a mixing bowl. I don't need any gas at the moment, because, as I said, it's got to prove and rise for a couple of hours. I've got my scales, I've got my flour, and I've got some wholemeal flour, which is from, I think we picked this up at Anglesey Abbey, which is a National Trust property near Cambridge a couple of years ago. Right, I want 500 grams of this. And while I'm doing this, I'm just going to boil the water in the kettle. That's 500 grams of wholemeal flour into my mixing bowl. Just give myself a bit of room, or put this away. Right. I tend to flatten the flour out a bit, just make a couple of whirls, so that I try not to get everything mixed together. Right, I want a teaspoon of salt. Put that in one of those little wells. I've got a 7-gram sachet of dried yeast, which I can't open, so I'm going to have to do it by that. Just tip that straight in. Sorry about that. As well as you watching online, I've actually got the cat here staring at me thinking, what on earth is he up to this time? And then I want a heaped teaspoon of sugar. And then I'm going to want 300 grams of warm water. So I've already filled it up to 150, so I can now just take it up to 300. Just test it. I'm just going to put a tad of water of cold in it. And now I'm just going to pour that in. And gently start to mix it up. You can use a wooden spoon, but I tend to favour getting my hands in, just mix it around, just trying to get the dough going. It's a bit of an experiment because this flour is actually a bit old. Found it at the back of the cupboard, I've forgotten I've got it, so it will or it won't work. Who else we got on? Hi Victor. Hi Poonan. Right, next is to just lightly flour the surface. And then you're going to knead it. It's going to take about 10 minutes. I think that's actually a bit dry. Alright, here's a dry because I've forgotten an ingredient. Right, so I was supposed to put a couple of... It happens to the best of us. I'm not a professional, just a home cook. I should have put in a couple of tablespoons of veg oil. Ah, that's better. Well, I dusted my surface with flour. I could have given it a light brushing of oil as well, just to keep it. So it's just bringing it together. Because I slightly messed up, it's not come together quite as I want, but it will do in a minute. There we go, yeah, it's come together as it should. Now there is a temptation that if you think it's sticky, it's sticking to your hands, to add more water, to add more flour. You want to try and avoid that, because if you do, it's going to make the bread very dense. If it's doing that, it might be quick wash your hands and coat you. If it's sticking to your hands too much, quickly wash your hands and coat your hands with oil and it'll stop it doing that. So this is a bit of a workout with the arms. I'm going to try and knead and do this at the same time. So what you found then, Lynn, at the back of your cupboards? I know you've been going through your flat because you're starting your vertical garden. And you were asking when I saw a live from you yesterday, Lynn, what you could do with XML pots. I didn't actually see an answer in your live, the usual live at 10, which is a bit late because of Tristan carrying on for more than his 20 minutes. Oh, hello, Michelle. So, It's just 10 minutes of literally kneading the dough. Now this is going to be a quick method, so I'm not going to be knocking it back and proving it for a second time today. When we finish the kneading, I'll put it in my my bread tin. I'll cover it, and then, as I said, if you've got a proving oven, you put it in there. We don't, so I shall cover the dough in the tin and put it in the oven covered for a couple of hours. You're looking for it to roughly rise and double in size. So you're going to use them as for seedlings, Lynn. Yeah, the only thing I could come up with was I wonder if you could turn them into little self-watering things. I've done it with sort of lemonade type bottles before, where they've got a lid. Maximo tends not to have a lid, do they? I mean, I think, from memory, they've got a tear-off silver top. But you could try drilling a very fine hole in the bottom, filling them with water, and then placing them in your plant pots, and then because it's very fine, it's almost water will drip out almost one droplet at a time. It'll just maybe save you so much getting out there with a watering can when underneath we get the summer. Oh, I don't know why my camera went off and on again. Are you all still there? Oh, maybe you can give me some thumbs up or something, just so I know you're all watching still. I hope you're both keeping well, Michelle, and keeping safe over in Deeping. Just a point I didn't say, but I had washed my hands before I started kneading. Now, if you'd wanted to make bread with some fillings, I have made sun-dried tomatoes, in before. So it'd be at this sort of stage I'd be putting it in, doing this quick method. If I was going to do one, making bread where I was going to prove it, knock it back, and then prove it again, I'd put it in when I knock it back. If you like to put seeds in, poppy seeds, pumpkin seeds seem to be quite in vogue at the moment. Again, I put them in now, but I'm just going to make plain old bread. I think we've got another couple of minutes of this workout. Hi Charlotte. Are you on furlough like the vast majority of people seem to be? Now, those that are watching, if you could share this, just that I think there's a lot of people there. I was lucky, I learned to cook with my mum, and I also learned to cook at school. A lot of people didn't learn to cook. So if there's anybody like that, please share this and share the love. I'm trying to do this just to encourage people, not to give them something to do while they're off work, a furlough, and maybe money's a bit tight. They might have found some flour at the back of their cupboards. If you watch this on replay, if you can put replay in a comment. Hi Giles. The boss is in the house. Hi Janet from Devon. We will be down that, well, hopefully we're going into the neighbouring county in September, but I'm not quite sure whether we're going to get down there. We were in Devon last year, at Coombe Martin, but I don't know what part of Devon you're in. I've got a feeling I've seen something when you've been in Go Live Granny's broadcast that you're probably in southern Devon. Right. That's it, it's had about 10 minutes of kneading. I'm now going to just knock it roughly into a loaf shape. I've got my loaf tin. I'm just going to put some oil in there. Get my hands in there. It is non-stick, but it's still a good idea. Then I never seem to have a tin that stays totally non-stick. So just use your oil to grease around the edge, there's a bit too much in there. So there we are, I finished kneading it, it's in the tin. I'm now going to cover it with a damp tea towel. And as I said, I will now go and put this up in the airing cupboard. Now you can use, you can cover it with oiled cling film. I'm trying not to use cling film as much as I used to because it's one use and throw it away. So trying to be a bit more responsible, and it's the way it used to be done. It's just a damp tea towel over the top of the tin, and then I shall be putting it away. As I said, I will now, as soon as I come off the broadcast, it will go up into the airing cupboard for a couple of hours. Might even get a bit longer today because I'm going live at 6:30 to cook our tea tonight. So I will probably put this loaf in to coincide with that. So I'm taking it out because I will need the oven again. So rather than turn the oven on, turn it off again, just being responsible, I will try and timing all up together. Oh, great, everyone. So that's it now. That's it for a couple of hours. At 6:30 tonight, I'm going live cooking. I'm going to marinate some pork loin steaks we've got in the fridge. I'm going to do some mashed potato. I'm going to braise some red cabbage, and I'm going to make a very quick sort of ratatouille type thing. It should all take about half an hour, 40 minutes. Then we're going to do it early tonight. We normally eat about 8. We're going to finish early so that we can go out and do clap our carers tonight, one of which is Christine. Some of you might know she's a carer. Well, she's actually an elderly befriender, but she's still working, still looking after her clients. So we will be heading out the front door to give them a good cheer, as we did the NHS last week. It'll be for carers and NHS and all the frontline workers who are having to go into work while the rest of us are off. So that's it for now. Please share the love, please share this, and yes, I did see that, Helen. You came in on Tristan's broadcast last night, and I'll admit, even though I've got Scottish ancestry going back God knows how many years, I was struggling to say your name. So I do remember you telling him it was the Gaelic for Helen. If you don't mind, I'll be like Tristan, bit of a heathen, and say Helen. Right, thank you all for watching, and catch you all at about 6:30 tonight.